What da? What da? Okay, it's working. Yes. Hello, 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 hello. It has been a while. Unfortunately, I wasn't planning to get, I mean, not that anyone plans to get ill, but I did not think I was going to be that ill for that long. Um, that was really unpleasant. I actually lost my voice, so I couldn't actually speak. So for like about it was just yeah, it was like a week and a half. I physically had no voice, like I couldn't speak. And if I did, I just made noises. It was so bad. I'm pretty sure I had like laryngitis or something. But when you look online for these things, it's just like, oh yeah, just wait it out, If it goes on for any longer than like 2, 3 weeks, then contact your GP. But otherwise, it's fine. Just home remedy, just like medicine, all that shit. Um, So I was literally like, I honestly can't remember how much medicine I had. It was honestly so much. I was probably having like 5, 6 different things a day. It was pretty insane just to kind of um, make sure that I was well enough to go to Hyper Japan, which we will be discussing tonight. Um, yeah. So I hope everyone else has been a lot better than I have. And yeah. Um, I have actually tried to at least try and plan this out a little bit because I am terrible with remembering things. So I have got myself a little prompt, aka I actually wrote things down for once. So I won't go off track too much. But yeah. Ugh. I still don't think my voice has recovered properly. I'm not sure. They do say that like coughs and stuff can linger. So who knows? Who knows? But yeah. Um, so, oh God, I don't even know where to start. Um, I mean, it was a really good weekend. Like, I didn't actually have any plans to meet up with anyone on this Friday. Um, but end up bumping into some people I know, and we hung out, which was really cool. But it was kind of a sucky day. So I'd like it was a rush job, but I'd styled my sparkle wig. Um, I'd styled my sparkle wig like the day or so before and got it all ready. It was all good. Well, I know I can do better, but it was a rush job. Um, and on the way there, like the weather, it was so windy. It was so damn windy. It was honestly horrible. I honestly thought they were gonna like I want to say end up cancelling trains and stuff. They did end up cancelling trains and delaying them, so it was it was not good. Um, Getting there was fine. Getting there was absolutely fine. It was just after the convention, but that's skipping ahead a bit. Um, but yeah, so getting there, like my sparkle wig did not enjoy the wind. Um, but again, it's not the best I could have done, and I know I can like I mean, you can kind of see Machinyi here. Like, I think I've maybe topped up the hairspray a couple of times, and I've only taken her out. I think I've only taken her out twice. Um, but yeah, she's I mean, obviously I've put her on. I had to for when I was like, making sure she fit and everything like that. Um, but like, I am going to. sort of make it more permanent, but um like she's still good. Like she's perfect. She's good to go for another God knows how many conventions, but not until she gets some upgrades. Not until I finalize what I actually want to do with her hair. Um, she will be benched. Um, and I will put my sleeve in my water. Apparently, that's always good. Um, what's this? Um, yeah. So I also want to make her weapon too, which I've been having a few ideas on how to do that. So I just need to kind of put it into practice and get doing it. But I don't have any conventions planned for a while now, so I'll have plenty of time to make the weapon, sort her wig out, because realistically, the hair's already there. I just need to awkwardly take the hair off, which it just screws off. So it's super easy. And then build the framework inside of her pigtails, of which I do have some really strong crafting wire. So it should keep it nice and sturdy, which is what we're hoping for. And then I can actually put her hair bits on there, and she can actually have them, and she will be complete visually, which will be really good. But yeah, um, the Friday, yeah, Sparkle didn't do too well. And it was kind of cold and it was wet and it was dreary. And there were some cool cars outside, which they had at the Hyper Japan London convention, which was really cool. However, because it was so wet and windy and rainy, wait, wet, windy, rainy, I've already kind of covered that off. Anyway, because it was so horrible outside, like no one took pictures with them and there was like no one outside. So it's just these cool cars out in the rain, just getting wet, which was a bit naff. Hello, Mince. Welcome in. How are you doing? Oh my god. Thank you, Mince. Subscribe with Prime. Oh my god. Thank you so much. Oh, nice. Thank you. I appreciate it. I know you probably could have put that to someone else, but you didn't. So that's really cool of you. Thank you. Now you get to listen to me ramble on uninterrupted. Oh my god. We've got another subscriber as well. Although my announcement hasn't popped up. That's really weird. My brain. Blue Trapinch. Right, yes, I know who you are. Yes, hello. Fuck's sake. My brain was just like, who is this again? Oh my god, you got a 2-month announcement. What is going on up there in the chat? You have a limited time to earn exclusive emotes. What is happening? Oh my god, and there's a lurk. Wait, I've got a hype train? What? How? Okay, I've got a hype train somehow. Oh, okay. That was I've not had that pop up before. To be fair, I've not had 2 subscriptions in a row before, so that was really confusing. Thank you. Thank you, you too. I'm here to annoy you with a simple question. Oh, what's the simple question? I'm sure I'm going to get distracted anyway, so this is just going to be a me rambling session anyway. Um, did you see any Umas? Oh, right, okay, from the convention. Yes, there was actually um there was a proper Uma shoot. So there was quite a few of them. There was quite a few of them. I didn't get any pictures because Saturday I barely got any pictures. Yeah. Yeah, there was not noise, no. Um yeah, there was a couple of spees. There was definitely some gold ships. Um and there was definitely some other ones, but the spees and the gold ships were the ones that I recognized the most. Um One of them even had her red outfit on when she does like her last race. Um, no go, no, what? No go, miho no bourbon. I'm sorry, I have no idea what you're saying right now. What the fuck is what? I feel like you're smoking something. It's probably a character I don't recognize because I don't play it as much as you do. Obsessed. Miho no bourbon. The only bourbon I know is what you put in a good old cup of tea. And I had some bourbons, which I can have recently, but they didn't last long. I think I ended up. Oh, maybe. I feel like I might have done. She looks familiar. We Uma Joys are suffering here clearly. Yes, yes, you are. Also, welcome in, Atheris. Hello. It's very bright in my face right now. Oh, those are the Ghastly Line earrings. Yes, ha ha ha. Yes, you can see them. Yeah. Hang on. Let me take one off. So yeah, there was a really cool artist that had like a load of Pokemon stuff, and I've been wanting. So you know my, so I've got quite a few different pairs of earrings. So I've got my like, these are from really, really you're gonna get caught on yourself. So these ones I've had for like over a year. Hang on, if I can. There we go. From Claire's, which are fantastic because they have little bats on. They're perfectly fine, but they don't, they kind of get caught a bit too much on my headphones. And as you may, oh, now listen to the rambling. Yes. Um, and I have the baby girl ones, which are fantastic because I mean, look at them. They're so big and spangly. However, they're heavy. Um, there is a point to this. I also, oh, there's a phone behind me. That's fine. So I also have a pair of Ankh earrings, which I got from Killstar, which are really cool. However, these are so solid. I swear down. So I've had my ears pierced for well over 10 years. Well over 10 years. Um, but whenever I wear these, they make my ears really sore. So I can only wear them for a short period of time. So I really wanted um a pair of earrings that was really lightweight and really cool. So I saw this artist. She had a load of Pokemon stuff, but look at this. Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar earrings. Isn't that so cool? Like, it's so awesome. I absolutely, I absolutely love um Gengar and Haunter and Ghastly. Like, they are one of camera. Can you sort yourself out? They are like my go-to Pokemon. I'm not even kidding, because I'm replaying um Heart Gold, and like they come down quite nicely as well. So even when I'm wearing headphones, they don't really get caught under. So I can wear them without them getting caught, which is great. They're fantastic. Um, yeah. So it's a lot nicer. because they don't like dig in or anything. They are so lightweight as well. Like they are just like thin acrylic, very thin acrylic kind of design. Um, and yeah, I was just like, I have to have these. There were so many other cool bits as well. She had some ones that like turn around and they have the shiny version on the other side. So you have like the normal version and the shiny version. They're like acrylic keychains. Um, which are really cool. She had like all the evolutions. There was like Charmander, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, all those kind of Pokemon. It was really cool. Um, yeah. There was a few cosplayers that I do follow that were doing the Uma stuff. Um, but yeah, I the thing is like, so actually going to talk about the event now. Um, so the thing with it was, um, it was quite like a small event, and what seemed to happen was people ended up being in like the foyer area. So, okay, it is still up. I thought it disappeared. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to switch over to, yeah, Manchester. So, one sec, because I actually am a little bit prepared for tonight. It may have been a bit rushed, but I was a little bit prepared. What? What? Small? Oh, right, okay, you did spell small wrong. I was just like, what the hell is small? What's small? So, here we go. Yes. Small, yeah, surprising. Yeah, so basically it's in the Manchester Central Convention Centre. Um, so it's not massive as it is, but so oh, you can't see my mouse. So I'm just gonna have to zoom in on the areas that I want to talk about. So as you can see here, there's like the entrance. So there's the stairs where you go up into the venue. And then I know, PDF presentation. I am prepared. I because I so when I was talking about Hyper Japan London previously, I was talking about things and I had nothing ready to kind of like show. So I was just like, it'd be really good if I could learn from that and actually have visual things that people can see when I'm talking about it so you know what I'm talking about. Because that makes sense, right? Um, so yeah, as you can see, there's like the entrance area and then the obviously the big yellow thing that says Manchester Hyper Japan. So people were like pretty much in the foyer area, like lined up against the walls and just doing their like photo shoots and doing their TikToks and recording videos and whatnot. And like where the water point is, there was so sort of down this back area here. I can't zoom in anymore. It's already at 500%. But yeah, so past where you've got the healing sign, first aid, where the med packs are stored. Played too many games. So yeah, past the med packs, there was a lot of people over there as well, just like doing videos and stuff. But like the Umas were kind of like across from the med pack area, um, doing a little photo shoot. So when I did see them, they were in the middle of having a photo shoot. So I didn't want to disturb. But what I did find quite interesting was that not many people kind of like went into the actual event on the Friday. So they were just kind of like outside in the foyer area. But yeah, as you can see here, so this is basically the entire length of the... Oh wait, you can see my mouse. Hmm. Sorry, you can see my mouse. Why wasn't it showing before? That's really weird. Anyway, okay, so yeah, here You've got this big grey area here, so like very dark pink. Yeah. Okay. Cool. It wasn't showing before. I was looking at it and I was just like, it's not on the screen. So there's me being a pleb. Anyway, yeah. So this whole big area here is like the whole hall. So it's the whole area. And this grayed out area, they didn't use, whatever it was. So you just had this giant yellow area. And then what was really confusing, I didn't end up going in there, but essentially it was kind of around here. They had like a koi. Hang on. We have the actual floor map. Um, yeah, so you had the seating area and then you had the catering. So I think it was over by the market exhibitor area. Um, they had the koi footwear stall, which was part of the Voca Fest, which was like a literally Hatsune Miku stuff, um, which was up in a really weird, random room, which was very strange. So yeah, you kind of had to climb to the first floor to um, go into this area for the Voca Fest, but it wasn't very well signposted. I think they had like one sign up, and that was it. So it wasn't great. And they had the sake experience here. We had the Evangelion stuff, and my friends were didn't even know. Well, yeah, that's because it was only for the Voca Fest. So that's because like if you're not into Hatsune Miku or anything like that, then it's kind of pointless. Which kind of begs the question why I didn't go there. Anyway, um, yeah, like I did want to have a look up there, but I just completely forgot about it because it's one of those things that was just so far out the way that you just forgot about it. So I don't know. Um, like it's very well thought out. Um, but I still don't think they should put the catering area in the middle of the venue because it just kind of gets in the way. Like they should put it against a wall like most other conventions do because then you don't have lines sort of crowding the gangway. So you don't have like lines going all over the place. So it goes into the vendor stalls and things like that. Um, so that is the only thing that Hyper Japan seems to keep doing. But they never used to. They used to actually have like kind of a dedicated area to food. Yeah, exactly. Because you've got the stage here, which again is going to be a crowded area because there's constant performances on all day. Um, where's the performance guides? Hang on, we're going to go speedy zoom. Okay, it's not on this one. It's just the show guide. God damn it. Anyway, um, I'll find the stuff. Anyway, so yeah, um, yeah. So previous Hyper Japans, they had like another. So I think this is when they were at the tobacco docks. They had an upstairs, which was basically they had a stage, but they had food bits before said stage. However, this stage had basically a food performance. It had like a culinary performer on there with traditional Japanese food that they were making. So it kind of made sense, and all the food was in one place. So it wasn't too spread out. So you didn't have to go like here, there, and everywhere for the food. But at the same time, um, this is like it's not great because yeah, you've got the stage, you've got the traffic from here, anyone going to Evangelion, people coming in, and then people over here as well. Um, and yeah, there wasn't that much food. I mean, literally, like, so where the, so where this little block here is, you've got food stalls, right? they had a photo op in here. So they had put a photo op in between food areas. Why? Why? Yeah, they want you to buy food and watch. Well, yeah, I mean, I kind of get it, but it didn't work out that way because people want to sit down and eat. And that's why you've got this seating area here, which wasn't too bad. And there was another little seating area. But yeah, it's just very strange. And they had like, so where it says the anime manga pop, there wasn't really anything to do with that there. So they basically, if I can find it, um, okay. So yeah, they don't even have, it's purple, which would mean it's, no. I don't even know. So anyway, so basically what was it the anime manga pop bit was they had like a little booth and you could basically talk to VTubers. So it's like a VTuber meet and greet, which was very strange. Um, but then they had a couple of photo ops around the area as well. So at one point, I was just kind of talking to someone, and people were like, "Oh, are you queuing?" And it's just like, "Oh no, I'm getting pictures with this display." Like, so yeah, it was very strange. And then there was a little cosplay area which was literally just showing off like one particular cosplayer's work. Um, I feel like I didn't notice half of them. Yep, yep. Another lurky. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. um, yeah, so so basically the cosplay area was partly so what happened over there was basically you had um for the cosplay competition, people going there for that, and then you also had Lurking IRL too, I bet. He's on he's got his Stitch and Bitch tonight. He's building a factory. Um uh yeah, so yeah, you also had like the one or two cosplayers that they'd like brought stuff in for, but then because it was so hidden playing Overwatch. Ah, okay, there we go. Um but yeah, it was like so completely hidden that you couldn't really, unless you went over there, because of where it was located, as you can see, for like the seating area and the stage, you couldn't really see it. So unless you physically went over there, you wouldn't have known what was there. You wouldn't even known it was there. Um, so it was really badly placed. Um, yeah, which was a shame because there was some cool stuff there. And then they had like little meet and greet area, which I don't even remember who they had. I honestly don't. um, oh yeah, the My Melody meet and greet, which I completely forgot to do. Again, I'm terrible. I'm gonna change the song. Who's even playing? Oh no, there's an ad break. Actually, let's do this. Um, I'm pretty sure most people here are subscribed anyway. Who what? Sorry, I got distracted by music. Um, what the who cosplayer? Who what? Who melody? My melody. You know, Sanrio, my melody. You know, this cute bunny. This cutie patootie bunny. Yes, that thing, the bunny. Oh, I forget you're not a Sanrio person like me. You, I don't like Sanrio at all. No, not me. Not wearing a Hello Kitty dress that I got imported from Australia. Um, okay, yeah, that doesn't show. I see. Yeah. Um, okay, let's put that over there. But yeah, um, it was like a fairly decent layout, and so what was really good is that what you could do is if you'd done the sake experience, you could essentially go and have more sake afterwards. There was a couple of stalls around here. I'm pretty sure it's literally these two here. So this so it was actually Suzume, which was which might be going to next month, maybe, hopefully. Nudge nudge. Um so yeah, Suzume, lots of sake, lots and lots of sake. Um so yeah, they had a stall around here, and they did have one in the sake experience as well. So there was like three different drinks, if I remember correctly. um, getting sloshed on sake, yeah. Although not as sloshed as I got last year, but hey ho. How did you get home? I took a train and a bus. Does that help? I wasn't drunk because I'm pretty sure there was less than last year, and they gave you less. So it wasn't. It really wasn't. So I think probably so it was taller than so it was slimmer, but taller than this. But I'm pretty sure it's a very similar sort of dimension in terms of overall capacity. So if I have sake, I pretty much fill it to where it curves so that obviously I can um have it all in one go. Um but basically what they did was so it was like that tall, but what ended up happening most of the time was end up getting like the tiniest amount of sake, like a couple of drops. I swear sometimes I barely got any at all. So they were being quite stingy compared to what I've experienced before. um which was kind of annoying. But then sometimes they'd be more generous. And I think it was on the Friday I was doing the sake experience with a couple of people I met earlier this year. Ironically, at Manchester. No, was it? No, it was Hyper Japan London. It was Hyper Japan London that I met them. And what was I saying? Um, yeah. So we got to one of the stalls and sake experience, and I can't remember what my friend said, but she said something. I think she was just like, "Oh, is there any chance we could get some more?" And the guy did end up giving us a bit more, which was quite nice. Um, yeah, but yeah, some of them were like really, really stingy. So I'm trying to think. So yeah, it was like It was like that big. And sometimes you'd get, hang on, if I can straighten my thumb out, that might help. So some of them filled it up to like there. Some of them gave you a bit more and filled it to there. But you had like this fairly decent sized little cup thing. And they barely, if you were lucky, filled it halfway. When I did the sake experience in London last year, they filled it at least halfway. At least. Every single time. And I tell you, by the third stall, I was feeling it. Also, I hadn't eaten that day. So that also probably didn't help. Well, no, I did eat, just not before it. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Um, but yeah, it's yeah, the one in London was really good. But yeah, anyway, kind of back on track. I'll come with my giant sword. No. Yeah, anyway, so this stall, the Suzume one, they ended up, so they had a extreme variety of sake. So you could actually basically taste all of them, except for the one they had there that was like £105. It's a bit rich for my taste. Be interesting to taste. However, yikes. I know sake is pricey, but yeah. And they only had like 3 bottles. So it's just like people would have to buy stuff for them to make it back. Because it's not cheap to import it either. But also it is a lot to do with the purity of the rice as well. That's actually something I could try and show. Uh, so I can't remember where my little grain is, but basically sake gets polished. Aha, here we go. So, um, basically, you can see like the, um, yeah. If I remember correctly, the more, um, Daijinjo. Yeah, so if a the more it's purified, I believe the stronger and more full tasting it is, if I remember correctly. Um, so the less polished it is, the kind of the weaker it is in a way. Um, yeah, if I remember correctly. But yeah, it affects the purity and it affects the price because obviously you need to use more grains the more polished it is. So there is like quite a few different variables as to like the quality and also price of the rice that is used in it. So it does kind of make sense. Um, but yeah, anyway, they had some really interesting ones. There was a very nice ume plum, ume, not uma, ume, which is the Japanese word for plum, Japanese plum wine, um, which was really good. To be fair, it's one of my favorite ones. Um, but I did end up getting this. Hang on, let me switch back. They were. So I did end up getting a nice sparkling sake, which what the- which I'd love for it to focus on, but never mind. Never fucking mind. Um, yeah. So They had some very nice plum wines, which actually we might be able to. Bottle shop. Wait, sorry, what was that? Our new tasting space, 20 Red Bank, is coming soon. I like that. Tasting space. Hell yeah. So, aha. So I'm pretty sure, yeah, they did. They had the Shiratama whiskey umashu. um, this one is a whiskey, which was really good. It's a uma ume. I almost said uma. You know what, Mince? You've got uma brain, and it's seeping out. Um, yeah. So horse wine. Yep, that's where the horses go. Horse wine. Yeah. So the Shiratama umeshu, umeshu, whiskey, which is very, very alcoholic plum. Very alcoholic plum. So they had, they did have this Hideyoshi umeshu as well, which is, I believe, judging by the picture, more of a grape. No. No, it's still the Uma plum. Ah, but it's using green plums. So this one's using green plums and yellow plums. So most umeshus are with a red plum. So this is where I get told, this is where it shows that it's not. Um, because a lot of them are generally like a lot darker. Um, unless it's to do with the ripeness, because you can kind of see that they are like this wine is pressed with horses. You know how just managed to go to feet in classic white? Yeah, yeah, okay, that makes sense. So I think the green plums are less ripened ones, so they're gonna taste a lot different. Hang on, maybe if I just put Uma plum. Yeah, so yeah, it's to do with the ripeness. Yeah, I thought so. Okay. And also some of them are dried, so they'll be like sun dried for a bit and then made into the alcohol. Because that's kind of popular. Like if you've ever seen like probably most animes that have like some form of food in, um, you will notice that like if they have onigiri, they'll end up having like um a red thing in the middle. That is an ume plum. So they do, it is to do with the ripeness and whether they've been like dried or anything like that. Oh no, the music's gonna change. Oh no, it's not. Okay, good. Um, yeah. I kind of forgot where I was going with this. Oh yeah, yeah, so it's a different one. Um, and yuzu. They had yuzu. Um, They have some very interesting ones, I have to say. I might have to buy some when I go there. Because what else have they got? They've got a Jinjo. They've got one Jinjo. Ooh, really? Okay, I could go on talking about sake for ages, so we're not going to do that. We're going to get back on track. We're going to get back on track. We're going to talk about the things that I'm meant to be talking about. So, Hyper Japan Saturday. It was so quiet. So yeah, it was an interesting one because I know it's the first one in Manchester, but it was eerily quiet. Like, hang on. I don't think I need that up right now. So I think I've kind of talked about, well, actually, no, it's still relevant. Um, for now. So yeah, it was quite quiet. Um, even though it was like the first one there, I kind of thought there would be more people. But I think because of like the weather warning and it being a new convention in Manchester and it being a more Japanese based convention, I think there was a lot of different sort of like conflicting factors that made it difficult for maybe people to go there. But not only that, there was, from what I found out, three, three, three other conventions on that same weekend. So you had Liverpool Comic Con, which was interesting because when I was going to, it was, I think it was on the Saturday when I was going to Hyper Japan, because I went by train each day because it's like a tenner for me on the train to get there, so it's not too bad. Um, I saw people getting on the train and they were going towards Liverpool. Um, and I was just like, oh, okay, what's going on there? And then I remembered that Liverpool Comic Con was on because I remember a friend of mine was talking about it and saying how terrible it was. Um, but then, yeah, so you had Hyper Japan Manchester, you had Liverpool Comic Con, you also had London Comic Con that same weekend, you also had Thought Bubble, which is more of a, from what I've been able to tell, more of a uh fan art convention kind of thing. Um, so not so much a Comic Con, but more of a like a, like books, um, yeah, that kind of thing. Let me Google it because I am, I d- no, uh, yeah, Comic Art Festival. Okay, yeah, so I was right. So it's more of a comic art festival in Yorkshire. So there was quite a few different ones in different areas, which I think made it difficult for people to choose. And especially considering if people were traveling up or they had to finish work and they could only get to certain conventions at a certain time, there was no place for them to actually check out Hyper Japan Manchester on the Friday because they wouldn't have been able to. Um, but yeah, this seems to be more of a comic convention. A friend of mine, um, her work was doing a stall there because they run a comic shop basically. Also this weekend is MegaCon Birmingham, so might skip. Yeah, exactly. Also, you've got this weekend MegaCon Birmingham. So yeah, people might have skipped it for that because, oh yeah, 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 MCM Birmingham. Either way, it's a Birmingham Comic Con. Um, yeah, so they would have had to choose between essentially five different conventions, and one of them, I feel like Hyper Japan is still not very well known, and it's kind of sad because it is a really good convention. I mean, it was definitely better before COVID. I have to say this. I will say this every time. It was so much better before COVID. Like, you have no idea. Um, I'm not the best at like. I wonder if I can find anything. Um, Hyper Japan tobacco docs. I can spell. AI, fuck off. Um, so look at that old one from 2017, tobacco docs. That is not the tobacco docs. Yeah, so they had like a proper like Christmas market kind of a vibe going on as well from when they did do ones later on in the year, which I thought was quite nice. I'm not really one for Christmas, but I thought it was nice that they had like a essentially a summer Hyper Japan and then a more winter themed Hyper Japan at the end of the year, which was quite cool. Um, yeah, and like the vibe is so different. Um, there really isn't many photos, which is a shame. So I can't really. But that was at the Olympia again in London. But yeah, they had like in the London 2019 one before um hang on. Hyper Japan 2019. Let's see if I can find anything from there. Um yeah, so they had like proper gaming booths. They had proper gaming booths. Like they had Pokemon games, they had Kirby games, they even had stuff for Yokai Watch. I wonder where this takes me. Oh god. But yeah, you can see there's loads of stuff going on. Like loads and loads of stuff. Um wow, it does seem like they went small for much. Yeah, this is the thing that bugs me. Well, okay. 2 points I'll touch on in a moment because they are kind of important and on my list to talk about. So bear with. So like so oh yeah, see they even advertised it as like Hyper Japan Summer. And then they'd have the Hyper Japan Winter later on. So yeah, you had Nintendo Switches there, you could play games. Um they even had like proper big signs and everything. Yeah, there was even you could do some samurai stuff if you wanted to. Yep, Nintendo Gaming. You even got like there was a lot more food selection as well. Like they still have a fairly decent food selection, but they definitely had a lot more back then as well. There was more drinks. Obviously, there was cosplay. Um, yeah, there was more like I guess more niche Japanese things to look at as well. So whereas now you get like a lot of um sort of more cutlery and things like that, which is not something you really want to be carrying around a convention all the time. Um uh I'm trying to remember the Hyper Japan that I remember. Oh, you know what? I do remember this one because I took pictures in front of. No, I don't want to. Wait, where did it go? Oh, it's in this little slideshow thing. Yeah, so I remember I was at this one because I took pictures in front of this, under this flower. I took pictures under this flower. Like, huge tofu cute stall. Huge. There was even little teacups you could take pictures with. There was, look at that. Like, look at this. It's so nice. Such a nice little zone to take pictures. And there's like loads of stuff like that. Like you could go to a Tofu Cute and get stuff with cute little bags with alpacas on. You get loads of little sweets. Um, so yeah, Manchester is a whole lot smaller. And I mean, Olympia's massive. So I really think because you can even see here, you've got like the Japan Center. Actually, let me zoom Japan Center. And then you've even got stuff like for the Japan trips, you've got artwork there. Um, you've got Harajuku fashion, so there was a lot more fashion stalls. You got Tokyo Toys. There was honestly so much. And look, you can see down here there was kimonos, so you could try on kimonos. You could buy kimonos. Um, so I do also have this up as well, which is the Hyper Japan London one. So the Manchester one is massively smaller. So as you've seen here, they only used this amount of the venue. So for MegaCon Manchester, it was the exact same venue. Oh, come on. Don't do this to me. Okay, right. That's as big as it's going to get. So this is literally the same area. So this is the foyer area with the first aid, help desk, etc. So you go into here. Let me. Oh no, I'm not going to be able to do that. Damn it. Okay, I'm just going to have to like switch between them because I can't dual split what I want to do. So okay, so they even had. So this is for MegaCon. Bear in mind, this is MegaCon, but I just want to show you that this here is the entire length of the venue. So Hyper Japan Manchester had this much less. And I mean, MegaCon also had access to two other bits as well. So I don't know if it was like a budget thing or whether it was just like an allowance. I don't know how these things kind of work because Hyper Japan isn't exactly a small event and it never has been. It's always been in massive venues. However, they are usually in London. So whether it's like at London Olympia or the Tobacco Docks, or Hyper Japan, I can spell. So how long has it been going for? So 2010. They've been going since 2010. They are not a small venue. So as the event has grown in scale, yeah. So it took place at Tobacco Dock. So here we go. So in the early days, I don't know the old Truman Brewery, but they had it in places like Earl's Court, Olympia. That was it. They had it one time at the O2 Arena. I know because I was at that one. I was at that one, and they had a lot more stuff as well. I say a lot more stuff. They had a lot more gaming. They had a lot more gaming. Um, yeah, and they've been at the Tobacco Docks for quite a few years, and then at the Olympia. Um, the O2 one was literally just a one-off, and I reckon it's because of the foot traffic and how long the event went on for. Um, but as you can kind of see here, like even when it first started, it's always been a 3-day event. And that's because they have so much. So Hyper Japan has never been a 1 or a 2-day event. It has always been 3 days. regardless of when it's been around, it is a 3 day event. And that's usually because they do have so much. I mean, so look at these guests. So where's the one? It was, yeah, Lady Baby. Hang on, is that the only one? Oh, it's one word. Yeah, so it was at Tobacco Docks. So that one year they had Lady Baby play. They had Lady Baby play live. Not only that, they did a Q&A afterwards, and I was there. So what was really cool was that that was going on. You had two stages. You had like one stage downstairs, you had one stage upstairs. The one I was mentioning earlier with the food, that's the one that was upstairs. And they had another one downstairs with other things going on, and the one upstairs was just like food. It was mainly like food stuff. But yeah, so they had Lady Baby perform live and Q&A afterwards. Not only that, at the event as well, they also had separate rooms which you could go into and watch films. So they would have like Studio Ghibli films playing throughout the day, and you could just go in there and watch them. Like if you wanted to chill out for a bit, you just pop in a different room, watch the film for a bit. Like it was really cool. I didn't do it because I was only there for the day, so I didn't really get to do that, but I did go and listen to. Did I listen to Lady Baby? I definitely went to the Q&A afterwards because I remember being there and just sort of like standing at the back and just watching this big burly Australian dude just speak perfectly fluent Japanese to translate what the big burly female Japanese little female Japanese wrestler was saying. It was very interesting, but they've always like tried to get like really good acts, and Battersea Park. Oh yeah, Battersea Park. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Absolutely crazy. Um. Yeah. And then it seems like they got a load of stuff for the Battersea Park one, which I was unable to go to because trains were cancelled that weekend. So I physically could not get there, which really annoys me because it was literally the first one back after COVID and I couldn't go because trains were fucked up. Really annoyed me. Really annoyed me. Um, but yeah, then I did go to this one. Um, but yeah, they've been to some very interesting places with it. But yeah, anyway, um, what else was the thing? So games don't appear at cons anymore. So it's not that games don't appear at cons anymore. It's that they are, I kid you not, they are all at EU cons. So, I'm trying to think of some names. Um, so, oh no, Anime Con. Oh yeah, yeah. So they'll be at like that's Miami. That's not EU. That's UK. What? These are not. Are you actually kidding me? Anyway, so they, I don't remember any of the names, but they are all at EU conventions because there was a Honkai Star Rail booth at one of them, and I think it was like a Japan Fest or something like that, or I can't remember, but either way, they had loads of stalls, and my friend went to a um Hoyoverse one, and if that doesn't reflect off, she was able to get me this Sparkle official acrylic standee. I think you're just going to see that reflect off. Come on. Focus. Really? Come on. Hello. Sparkle, sparkle. Yes. Yeah. So this official standee. So it's it's really annoying. So they've basically all just migrated to EU conventions, probably because of like the cost of trying to get everything over here now, and since COVID, looks even cool in blurry vision. Yeah. So I really want to. I've seen a Honkai. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, okay. Majority of the time now they are EU conventions, which I do want to go to eventually. Um, but yeah, as for like Square Enix, Nintendo, even PlayStation, Xbox, just you don't see them at conventions anymore. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's so bad. Um, I wish they would sort it out, really. I've also just realized I'm listening to music and you guys can't hear it. You're literally just listening to me talk. No, hang on, it's right here. Wait. Oh, wait, no, it's not here. Ha ha ha. You're literally just listening to me. There's me just like music in my ears and you can't even hear it. Let's sort that out. Not that it's going to make any difference on a playback. There we go. Got some music in for you. Oh my days, I'm doing so well. It's fine. It's fine. You just listen to me yammer on with no background noise. Um my brain's gone now. Shouldn't be on. Nope, it's fine. No, it's because we left the EU. Much more hassle. Yeah, exactly. Like it's just so much more expensive since we left the EU, which is great. Leaving the EU has ruined so many things. I don't know why they thought it was a good idea. Um, but yeah. So in comparison to Hyper Japan London, as you can see here on this lovely PDF, noodles, um, sparkling sake, Mio. Um, yeah, they're very much advertising the Toki Whiskey Highball and the Shochu. Very nice, might I add. Very nice, might I add. I had some, of course. Got a little map. So yeah, for the for the Hyper Japan London one, it's much bigger. As you can see, you've got essentially two halls. My cursor is here, isn't it? Yes, you've got two halls. Oh my god, I can zoom in so much further. Fantastic. Yeah, so you had like all these bits here. You had the catering area here, which was very interesting place to have it. Again, they seem to want to put it in the middle of where people are going to be. But also, it was probably because there are food stalls like around the outside too. But then you had a separate area. So you had this bit, which was for like the um, workshops, the exhibitors, catering, cosplay, stalls. Um, and then you had this bit here, which had the stage, meet and greets, the anime manga pop, which, so the anime manga pop, I think, is meant to be like a little area where you can just go and chill kind of thing. So they had like a gallery kind of thing. Not a gallery. That's the wrong word. So have you ever seen, whether it's in anime or real life, um, uh, a matsuri, a Japanese matsuri? So, um, no. So not quite to this extent. What I'm trying to find is like the stalls. So where they have like games and they have food. So there's things to do, that kind of thing. So it had gaming bits that you could do if you had tokens. So you could go and do those. Um Here we go. So yeah, not quite like this, but to that effect, if you get what I mean. Like, so they had things you could do, which was quite nice. Although when me and my friend went there, they were closed. So we were just like, oh, what else could we do? Though what was really annoying is, so we went here and we walked in, saw this, saw it was closed, and we were just like, oh, we're just gonna walk around. There was some photo opportunities like around here, but then we got to the back, and then we found two more. So they had the Japanese tatami mats and the little table with the like sake cups on, and well, the little like um teacups and kettle. But beside it, they had a Pokemon um photo op, which was really cool. You may have seen my pictures for them, but let me find them. Um, so yeah, I got pictures with some Pokemons, which was kind of cool. Where the fuck are my calendars? I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. No, don't click that one. Dip, dip, dip. Uh, when you okay, yeah. So they had the little photo op, and they had they had Bulbasaur, Pikachu, Charmander, and Eevee that you could take a picture with, which I did, obviously, because why wouldn't I? Um, all in the sort of like behind there, and they had like a little cherry blossom tree, which was really random, but it was just very interestingly placed, and yeah, but there was no like signage or anything like that. We literally just stumbled upon it. Like, me and my friend discovered it on the last day. It's just like, we could have taken pictures with this yesterday, and we only just found it like halfway through the second day we were there. We only went for the Saturday and the Sunday, um, because that's all my friend could do, and I couldn't afford the hotel for an extra night by myself. So I was just like, meh. Um, but the stage was massive. And uh, Itasha, if I remember correctly, the Itasha was the cars. So they had quite a few different cars, which, I'm just going to show. I only took a picture of one car because there was only one car that I really liked the most, which ironically is the car I got pictures with again. And now I need to remember how to. There it is. I'll switch back again. I'll keep it on the same one time. Oh, it did have the lights on. I was just stupid. Wait, no. Is that the same car? Wait, no. It's a different car. Okay, that's fine. I got a picture of a different car. It's fine. They both had neon glow underlights though. So I think I joined that car group recently. Oh, that's cool. Here we go. So they had quite a few cars in the entranceway, and this one had a purple glow and had the I don't know who it is, but I was just like, this is cool. I want a picture with it. Um, and then yeah, they had different ones this time. I think different ones. It was quite, I say, interesting. So it's obviously some chavs there, and I caught one of them sort of being like, "Oh my god, there's a wife pillow in there." It's just like, and then his mates were just like, "Oh, how do you know what it is? Oh, that's so weird. Oh, it's so sick. You must know what it is if you know." Like, what? They were just like so weird about it. Like, it wasn't even bad. Like, it was fully. I don't even know. Think I have a picture. Like, it wasn't like a nude one or anything, but so you can kind of see it here in this picture. But yeah, it's like fully clothed pillow in there. But they were getting all like weird about it and just being chavs. They're just like, oh, this is weird. This isn't within our grey tracky agenda, so we've got to make fun of it. But yeah, I liked the pink car, obviously. The pink car with the pink underglow. Um, but also it's I think it's they're probably scared at the prospect of a woman I know, right? So scary. So scary. Um, yeah, it was very weird behavior. All right. I am going to pop to the loo quickly before I continue rambling on because I. Okay. You know what? Considering I've just been rambling, I have covered off a fair amount of what I wrote down, so that's good. That's good. Um, you know what? Honestly, I've pretty much covered off most of the stuff that's on the paper. Anyway, I'm BRB. I'll be back in just a moment. Hello, I returneth. The demons have been vanquished. Oh, really? Really? I've been away for a good couple of minutes, and then suddenly I come back, and it's all, oh yeah, there's going to be an ad break in a moment. Just been fucking away. Just been away. And now you want an ad break? Really? Fucking really? Anyway, any hoozle. What was I going on about? What was I yammering about? Um yeah. Um I don't know anymore. Evangelion though. That was cool. Have an ad on top of your break, right? Like, oh, you've just taken a break. How about another break? Yeah. Breakception. Fucking ridiculous. And yeah, I don't I know I already said it on my story on Instagram, but if there is anyone lurking, just if you do want to help contribute to the goal, which is Bunny Tubi for the next stream, then please do just say one little thing. I'm not asking you to talk or stream, not asking that. Just one little thing. If you're here, just pop something in chat and you will get counted. That's all I gotta say. No pressure, of course. Just, yeah. Just because I know Twitch is punishing lurkers on streams, so it would be a shame. Yeah. The Evangelion stuff was pretty cool, even though I ended up rushing some people through it, and someone who hadn't seen it, which I don't actually think she's in chat, so I can't ridicule her. Wait, was it? Wait, was it Nicole or you, Rob, that hasn't seen Evangelion? I can't remember. It was one of you. Um, so I was. It's you, isn't it? Okay, yeah, yeah. Fucking watch it. Oh, I have the DVDs, but I can't get to them easily. No. Fucking, let's just snooze that for now. It's been snoozed for 5 minutes. There we go. So, yeah, it's really cool. I do like how it sort of goes through a lot of different things, although the layout is a bit weird. I feel like that the layout wasn't quite the same as it was at the London one, but maybe it was a space thing. I don't know. But yeah, so that was it. I was showing off the London one that was earlier in the year. So as you can see here, no, you can't because I haven't switched feeds. There we go. Now, see here where I'm now actually showing. Hang on, there we go. And we have the mouse. We have the mouse back. Yeah. I'm doing so well. Please praise me. Yeah. Anyway. um anyway, so as you can see, this is the downstairs. And then you've got this all upstairs. So it is hollow in the middle. So literally it is just like balcony kind of thing. But there, as you can see, like every square is an artist or exhibitor, whatever you want to call them. There was a lot of them. Although it's very strange that they didn't use this space for anything. Because they did before. So where is it? So the workshop area last year, that workshop area was up here, was up in this area. So they had all the workshops up here, so they were in a bit more of a localized area, and they weren't really sort of like in the way of anything else. You can kind of hear what was going on. Yeah, this is the London one. This is the London one. London. London, mate. Fucking London. Um, yeah. So this was the London one. So as you can already see, there's a lot more. I don't know if you've ever been to the um London Olympia, but it's massive. Like it's kind of crazy. Um Hosting an event. Bring your ideas. Oh my god, what is this? What is this? Is this CG? This looks like some shitty CG VR experience. What the fuck? Those aren't real people. What the actual fuck? It doesn't look like that. Anyway, it is massive. Oh my god. Tours? What the heck? Where is this? What is this? I'm so confused. Oh, it's literally an art exhibition that's in the place. But like, this place is massive. Like, so that's one end of it. And then like look at it, it's just humongous. And that's the other end. And we're like smack bang in the middle. Like it's fucking huge. So yeah, like all the bits, so you can see here where the railings are. Oh my god, fucking adverts. Um so you can see where the railings are. That's basically where all the vendors were. There was obviously ones downstairs, but you had more sort of the more themed for the event stalls. So like um like places like Tofu Cute, the Japanese themed, more Japanese themed stalls. They were there. And then this was like the little, I say little. I feel like this was probably the size of this area was probably the size of Megacon, uh, Hyper Japan Manchester. Like it's like half the size. But this is where they had the stage, they had the photo bits around this area. This is not white inside. I will just say this now. It is not white. It is not this clean. Unless they redecorate it. It's not that clean. It's not that clean. Um, and then yeah, the exhibit over there and yeah, some other bits. I think you actually came in this way. Yeah, I think this is where no. What are these people? Who this is generated in something. They've generated this in something and it's really shit. I don't know who signed off on this, but it looks like they're trying to pull it off as like a Google Maps kind of thing, and it just looks horrific. No, 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 because that's not motion blur. That is not motion blur. If it was, you would have more traces following. There'd be more blur. This is just like, what is that? What is going on here? Like, this is she's standing still. She's standing still. That blur is insane. Like, you got, yeah, literally. Like, I don't understand it. Like, what is this person vibrating so much that their entire existence is just blurred now? Like, they're literally, this guy is standing still and he's basically vibrating on the stop. On the stop, on the spot. But yeah, no, this is crazy. I don't know what they were thinking here. Even this looks, what is that face? This is, I know we're getting off topic here, but this is shocking. I'm sorry, but guys, what are you looking at? What the fuck are they looking at? Oh wow! Oh guys, look! It's the ceiling. We can see the ceiling. It's there, right in front of us. They're not even. What are you? Look at this pervert. Look at him. He's got. Right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but that is at least a 500 to 700 millimeter zoom lens. That is not feasible when you're right there. I'm sorry, but that's not even going to be a good picture. Like, if you're trying to take decent feet pics, you need minimum, I say minimum, you need like a 50 millimeter, between 50 and 100 millimeter. That'd be fine. But that, I can tell you right now, is a 500 to 700 millimeter lens. Sounds like Feet Finder Final Boss. Sounds like, no, I'm not an expert. Any feet you want to tell us? No, I know cameras. That's what I'm getting at here. I know cameras. And what's even more stupid is that, right, so I just want to point this out as well. The light in here is very sporadic. So it's all over the place. Like, it is a very well lit area. However, this guy on a lens that is 500 to 700 millimeters is using a lens hood. Now, this particular lens hood is used to block out a lot of light. However, if it's in one direction, so if you're trying to take a picture and the sun is glaring on you and you want to eliminate that, essentially is similar to you holding up your hand to your face above your eyes or beside your eyes or wherever you want to do it. In that effect, that's essentially the effect it has. But in this instance, it's useless because the light's everywhere. It's converging in on different areas because there's so much light in so many different areas. It's pointless. You wouldn't use a lens hood indoors unless it's extremely bright, which it isn't. This is like fairly reasonably lit. But he's literally within distance to use like a 50 millimeter and still get decent feet pics. Yeah, literally, it's like it's been shot. Like, what is this? Like, what is that? Why is there some giant ass fucking light there? It makes no sense. Oh, no, that makes no sense. Anyway, it's fucking stupid. Um, he wants to get the skin cells in the photo. Yeah, literally, that's basically it. He's getting skin cells at this distance. And this guy here taking a picture, he's not even looking at the fucking camera. He's looking off somewhere. I reckon he's looking at this guy like, bro, what you doing? But he looks like he's taking a picture, but how can you know that it's in focus? This is just, and then like, he's fine. He's got a decent sized lens, like, you know, he makes sense, but just nothing else here does. Hang on. Oh, I see. So, I'm sorry, did we just go into a Twilight Zone here? It's all perfectly white. All white. The art fair. We go in here to the fashion show. What the heck? What th- are we just going through like portals now? That is not how okay, you know what? Point is, point is, what in the what's it? Literally, I can't anymore. I'm gonna keep going on about that because that makes no sense. There's so many things wrong with that. Anyway, the Olympia's big. The Olympia's big. Their marketing team, however, not so hot. Not so hot. Anyway, back to Hyper Japan. Back to Hyper Japan. Before I go off on one again. So, um, yeah, so the venue's massive. Like, so they sold out in London for the first time that I'm aware of. Hyper Japan sold out tickets, not of like all of them, but they sold out of all the weekend and the Saturday, I believe it was. So that was amazing. Like they have the little dolls. They had see you can see kimonos, yukatas, like Japanese teapots. Some funky t-shirts. Tofu cute again. Like, look at these guys. Look at all these little guys. Um, yeah. So, yeah, you can see there's like a whole kind of like traditional Japanese area. So this is the kind of thing that you'd see more in the London one. Um, but yeah, I just don't think that the Manchester one was. So the thing about Hyper Japan as well is that it's generally longer than most other conventions as well. So you know how most conventions will finish at like 6 o'clock. Hyper Japan goes on till 8 o'clock on Friday and Saturday. So that's fine usually. Um, but for this size, there wasn't 3 days worth of stuff to look around. Um, like I cleared this. Like I may not have had like a proper look, but it's just like a brief look around. Maybe take like an hour or two, if that, maybe less, to look around it all, which is kind of sad. Because when you compare it to this one, you've got that massive area to look around and then some. Because you've got that massive area, you've then got this area, which there wasn't too much, but you had the stage, which means you could go there, sit down, chill, watch something, that kind of thing, which I did do. Um, but yeah, there was not 3 days worth of stuff there, and especially not a 3 days worth of stuff for 2 days till 8 p.m. I did stay for like pretty much the whole time. But that was mainly because I met people there when I was there. I had friends on stalls, so I'd go talk to them, and just kind of like chill. I did watch some performances, um, but there really wasn't like a massive amount there for the amount of time that you had. Um, every time we hang out at con, the stone. Well, not all of them, but it's getting there. No, the thing is, so when that happens, I'm basically going to the stalls that I know and on purpose because I'm buying something or I want to chat to them. So that's generally what happens. Um, But yeah, like Mm. there wasn't really social in a social event. I know, right? I know. How dare I? How dare I talk to people? Um, you fully knew half the vendors. It only seems like that because you didn't explore all the vendors. So, although to be fair, part of that might have been my fault because I felt dizzy at one point, which was not good. I don't know why. Right, I offer 5 mins. Gotta watch my Uma Champions meet race. Okay, you go do that. You go race the horsies. Um, yeah, but I am disappointed with the Manchester one. Like, it was still good. Like, they still had some really good performances and things like that. But in terms of like things to do, there wasn't really a huge amount. And like compared to the London one, where you had so many more like photo opportunities. So let's see if I can find anything. Um, so yeah, they had. Oh, that was it. So the London one, they had Maids of England. If you don't know what that is, let me show you because honestly, it was so cool. Me and my friend did it and it was fantastic. So, um, you've probably heard of me and Cole really enjoyed it, but mainly just enjoyed hanging out. Yeah, that's fair. So basically, Maids of England, oh, come on, go away, is what you consider so what you'd see in Japan with maid cafes. They basically did that at Hyper Japan. So they had a little area, and when you queued, you got to talk to some of their VTuber maids, which was kind of surreal because I thought it was just like a little graphic on the screen that was just kind of repeating something. But no, I was having a full on conversation with someone and I felt really awkward because I just kind of ignored it to begin with. And then they started asking questions. And I was just like, what, who, is that a real person? And then they were like, yeah. And I was like, oh my God, shit. I'm so sorry. But yeah, the London one, as you can see here, they had Tofu Cute. They had JPT Europe, which I believe is the VTubers doing made work. Yep, yep, they are. Um, yeah, the JPT I believe is transportation, aka flights to Japan kind of thing. But yeah, you've got snacks. You've got Sylvanian. Yeah, they had Sylvanian families. They had a Sylvanian family store. Mason Ghibli. I believe that was actually a Ghibli stall. Yeah, no, that was a Studio Ghibli stall. So they had a giant Totoro and stuff like that. So they had Doki clothing. They had anime manga pop stuff. Um, they had a manga booth. Third as expected. Hyper Japan shop. Um, Suntory Highball Bar, which I did go to. Ha ha ha. Um, oh yeah. So like, this is an insane amount of vendors. Like, so many. Like, there's just. Oh, look, my boutique. It's mine. If only. If only. I am not that smart. Um, yeah, loads and loads of exhibitors. This is page 3. And then you had the market ones. Because obviously they get like categorized into different ones depending on like store size, I think it goes by. Um, so yeah, there was loads and loads. Yeah, it's still going. So yeah, um, the Japan one, the London one is definitely more favorable, I have to say. And in terms of like photo ops and just general like things to do. But I'm not saying that the Manchester one wasn't good. It's just it was severely lacking and it really could have been a 2-day event at a push, and definitely didn't deserve to go until 8 p.m. The stall owners that I know were just like, some of them were gone by like 6 o'clock. They just like fucked off because the traffic was just so much less. Because like, especially on the Saturday and Sunday, well, I say especially on the Friday, like people just went early because there was just like no one there. Um, and then the same on the Saturday, like some some of the ones that I knew just like fucked off like really early. Um, but they also went to the stage as well because there was Mio something singer. Basically everyone went there. It was kind of surreal. It was like a Japanese gig. People had like glow sticks and things like that, and were jumping around. It was really crazy. Um, I think it was also around the time I went to the Sake experience on the Saturday. To wit, oh no, that was it. There was two creepy guys on the Friday. One of them was looking at me weird, like really weird, and I'm pretty sure he was following me. I was at my friend's stall, and he had seen me earlier, and he was at my friend's stall, and then obviously he saw me there, and I was just like sorting myself out and just like chilling for a bit. And he was asking about some of the stuff on my friend's stall, and he answered. Um, but this guy literally just, I don't know why, but he just made a noise. He just didn't say anything. He just kind of went like, something like that, like just a random noise for like an uncomfortable amount of time. And I was just like, the fuck is wrong? Like, it was so creepy. Um, and then he did end up asking for a picture of me later on, which I was just like, okay. But then what he did was, I was just like standing there posing, and he decided to like get in close and then come back. And I was just like, okay. So that was creepy. And then there was another one later on as well. Um, that was it. Oh God. There was another one, um, who I was, I, this is when I first saw my friends, and he started like talking to me, and I was like, oh, he's with my friends, so he should be okay. Um, and then he was just like, who are you supposed to be? And it's like, I'm Sparkle from Honkai Star Rail. Um, and then he kind of like really slowly looked down and up, like way too slowly. Like, if you're gonna look someone up and down, you do it quickly or just not at all. Actually, just not at all. It's a bit weird, unless it's your friend, in which case that's fine. Because then you can be like, "Damn, girl, you looking fine." Like, but yeah, and I can't remember what else he said, but it was just like so weird and unnecessary. Um, yeah. Oh God, I I don't know. I like I think he had good intentions, but when I was on the Saturday, he did approach me and my friend, and like, that's fine, and everything. But I kind of had it set that I was just going to be, chatting to my friend while we're waiting for sake. Because I don't really get much chance to see her and talk to her. So I was just like, oh yes, this is perfect time for us to like hang out, chill, chat, have a conversation, that kind of thing. And he stuck with us the entire time we were in the queue. And it's not that I'm against people chatting. It's just sometimes I feel like I'm too polite to say something. And it's just like, can you. But also, it's just like, can you not understand the social queue? Me and my friend are in queue and we were chatting and, a bit of interruption's fine sometimes. Like, it's fine. Like, if you want a picture, you want to have a quick chat, talk about the cosplay, that kind of thing, that's fine. Um, but I was trying to have a conversation with my friend, and he was just like trying to talk about all these things, and then it turned out that I'd met him at um Dojin earlier this year, and he'd got a picture of me as Nicole. Um, and it's like, oh wow, small world, and he just kind of like, I'm sure he meant well, but he just kind of kept going like, oh my god, like there's so many things that we've both been to, kind of thing, and it's kind of like, yeah, that kind of happens when you go to conventions. You end up at the same convention as people. Like, it's gonna happen. Um, luckily, like the it didn't last too long, but I ended up just going on my phone because he was talking about stuff and I just didn't know how to respond. But yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Um, but yeah, he was a little bit much on the Sunday. A little bit much. Oh my god, hang on. My nose is trying to get away from me. Oh, fancy joining my in chatting about cosplay and shit? Join my Discord. Does the link actually work? Uh, oh, it's so cold at the moment. Nicole once had an odd guy look her up and down and say he liked girls in thigh. Well, things are completely unnecessary to say and not acceptable. To your partner, perhaps. To someone in the street that you don't know. No, that is unacceptable. Could have said something like, I like your socks, or I like your thigh highs. Bit more acceptable. A bit like how I'm wearing one with pandas on, which would be very awkward to show. um, she wasn't even wearing. Okay, so it was a real creeper. So he was just kind of projecting desires. That's lovely. Yeah. I would have given him a swift kick. Um, yeah, but yeah, like I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't blame you. Like I can appreciate that, if someone is by themselves and they want to chat to people at convention, that's fine. But don't try and find the same people over and over again unless you have kind of got explicit acceptance that, like, yes, it's okay to hang out, like, yeah, maybe see you later kind of thing, or like, yeah, I'll catch you later, like a good affirmation of like, yes, that's fine, not like a maybe, like, kind of busy. And like he could clearly see that we're in a group. Um but he just kind of kept on. It's a good thing I found things. And also my brain was going weird. No, it wasn't my brain, it was my throat. My throat was like super dry. And then I found the Jane Doe. So yeah, it was again, I'm sure he meant well, but it's just I always like try and have a little bit of a conversation with the person and then be like, hopefully I'll see you later kind of thing. It kind of, if you're all in cosplay, it kind of makes a bit more sense because it's like, yes, we have something in common. We can, you know, take pictures or something like that, do something silly. But when it's someone who, was he in cosplay? I can't remember. I feel like he wasn't. I can't remember. Um, but yeah, like I it might just be me, but I don't always like taking up people's time too much unless I have like prior plans with them. Um, or they're like, "Do you want to hang out?" You know. Um, but other than that, I'll like try and keep it brief and just have a polite conversation. Because people have places to go, they have things to do. You know, like the photo shoot and finding a Jane Doe sake experience, which he then tried to join in on. Hmm. But yeah. Um, what else? I have talked about how there's too many conventions, compared it to the Manchester size, the Hyper Japan London, Photop locations, VocaFest, VTuber meet and greet booth, celeb meet and greet. Eh. No cosplay repair area. Yeah, no cosplay repair, which was kind of shit. But then again, there wasn't actually that many cosplayers. Um, at least not inside. There was more outside in the foyer and physically outside taking pictures because there was quite a good few locations um, outside of the area because it's Manchester Central. So you've got like the tree areas, and people seem to really like the windows outside the Manchester Central building. I don't know. There was also like a tunnel with some funky areas because I got some pictures there. And obviously you got like the little water fountain and the boardwalk area. So there's some cool places, even like the stairs and above the stairs, some really nice sort of areas to take pictures, which I did do, especially for my siren. I made sure to get a fair amount of pictures for Siren because there's no way um I wasn't going to get any pictures of her because first time out. So it had to be done. Um, but yeah, my conclusion. We are at the conclusion. Um, so yeah, I do think that they did kind of go downhill with this one. The London one was a great step up from last year, I have to say. Um, but this one, as a second one in the year, I think they really let the ball drop on this one. Um, which is a shame. I mean, I still enjoyed myself because I got to hang out with friends each day. Um, and I got to basically see Onigiri all weekend. I must have spent like 60 quid on onigiri. So that was my lifeline that weekend. I could have got something else, but oh, actually, I'm gonna put my knee up. But eh, panda, panda sock, Emilio panda, Emilio panda shark. See, no, um, knees going up. Oh, there we go. Um, yeah, but lost my train of thought. Um, yeah, it was a letdown to the London one. Um, so I feel like maybe they need to find either a different place in Manchester if they are going to do it up north, or find a different city up north to do it in, because there's definitely a lot to be desired and they could have got more space. They definitely could have got more space because, I mean, so as you can see here, as I said, this is a larger area, and also you had um, two different bits as well, which I believe were around this area. Um, and then you obviously had like the first floor, which they had the Vocafest on. Um, but yeah, there definitely could have been a larger size for it, and it's not like they don't have the budget for it, but maybe I don't know. It's just I hope it's better again next year, but I'm definitely going to, if they end up doing a second one in the year, I'm definitely going to do a bit more looking into the venue, because I may skip it if it's this small again, because while it was easy for me to access, it wasn't there wasn't really many places to sit down, and like yeah, it could have been better. It could have been a lot better. But hopefully people will leave feedback, which I should try and do, and hopefully they think about it for next time, because it'd be a real shame if this kind of put people off, because I would definitely recommend that if you're going to your first Hyper Japan, it would need to be a London one, especially after this one. Um, so there'll be a lot more to do, and there's like generally a lot more options for, like, if you don't want to get food there, you can sort of go out a bit easier, kind of. Um, that siren looked awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. She will be better next time, I promise. I say next time. I've got a photo shoot with her on the 20th of December. So I've got one, two, three. I've got about 3 weeks, which is not bad, which is good. I've got about 3 weeks to sort her out, ready for that photo shoot. And I promise you now, she is going to look so much better. She is going to be so much better. She needs to be. And she will be. There are techniques I can use that I didn't have time to before, because I still can't believe I was ill for it for so long, because I would have started so much sooner. Honestly, I was horrific. The fact that I couldn't talk was one thing, but like the coughing and like the just feeling like I was basically in a fever dream kind of thing. Fever Dream? Maybe it was just fever. I don't know. Either way, it was not good. But yeah. I also need to sort my sparkle out. I think with some of my time off for whacked was off work for oh wow, you're off work for a whole week. Oh, I thought it was just like you were just ill for like 1 day. Oh shit. Are you feeling better now? Oh my god. She would survive. I'm not gonna lie, because she is built like a brick. Um, like the 2 times that I've transported the Chingy wig, she's fallen over. Been fine. These have been fine. She's been fine. The pigtails have been fine, mainly because they are glued in place. Um, Still got a little cough, but doing fine. Well, that's good. That's something. Um, yeah. There's definitely. Oh no, I pressed the wrong button. There's definitely something going around though. That's for sure. Um, what we got? Um, it's a very interesting playlist. Let's go for that one. Um, what's going on here? Oh dear. Um, yeah. Um, okay. I'm thinking could maybe I don't think there's anything else to say really. So what we might do is potentially just hop on Phasmophobia for a little bit, um, and then call it there. So what I'll do is just do a little BRB, and then hopefully when I come back, I'll have it all sorted out to play a bit of Phasmophobia.